Hey there, coin collectors and curious treasure hunters. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we've got something truly mind-blowing to talk about. You're looking at one of the most fascinating coins in US history, the 1988 D1 coin. But this isn't just any regular penny. What if I told you that this seemingly humble coin could be worth a mind-blowing $88 million, that's right, folks. This penny, with the right set of rare characteristics, could potentially make you a millionaire. But before you start rummaging through your piggy banks, let's dive into the history, the value, and why this 1-cent coin is considered worth big money. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be hunting for that penny like never before. Let's start with the basics of the 1988 D1 coin. This coin was minted in Denver, Colorado, as part of the annual production of pennies for circulation. The 1988 D coin features the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, designed by Frank Gasparo, and the image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. These designs are classic, and many of us have seen this coin countless times without realizing how special some of them really are. The year 1988 is significant because it marked the last time the Lincoln Memorial design appeared on the reverse of the penny. After 1988, the US Mint began transitioning to the Union Shield design, which we see today. However, there's a little-known fact about the 1988 D penny. It's not just another regular penny that you might find in your wallet. This one has a secret hidden in plain sight, one that could make it worth millions if you know what to look for. So, what makes this penny worth $88 million? It's all about a rare mintage error that took place during its production. Now, while most of the 1988 D pennies are worth exactly 1 cent, some of them were struck with a major minting defect, making them incredibly valuable. During the minting process, a small group of 1988 D pennies was struck with a double die error, a rare mistake where the design is stamped onto the coin more than once. This leads to noticeable doubling of the inscriptions, particularly on the date and the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." Double die errors are some of the most sought-after mistakes among collectors, and here's why. When a coin has been stamped more than once, it creates visible duplication on the text, which is a very distinctive characteristic. This is not something that happens every day, which is why coins like these are so valuable. The 1988 D coin with this error could potentially fetch a huge price at auction, with some examples going for millions of dollars. In fact, one of these rare coins could fetch as much as $88 million, that's $88 million, if it's in top condition. But what makes the 1988 D double die error coin even more valuable is how rare these coins are. Imagine this, for every million 1988 D pennies minted, only a tiny fraction would have this error. In fact, experts estimate that only a few dozen examples of this double die error exist. When you think about the rarity, it's easy to see why the value of these coins could skyrocket. Collectors and investors alike are always on the lookout for these types of rare finds. When they show up at auctions, they can attract huge bids, sometimes in the millions. Now, let's take a closer look at how you can identify a valuable 1988 D penny. If you happen to find one in your pocket change, it could be worth a fortune, but only if it has that elusive double die error. The key is to inspect the coin closely. Grab a magnifying glass or a loupe, and start by checking the date on the coin. The first thing you want to look for is doubling. If the numbers in the date appear to be split or shifted, that's a clear sign you might be looking at a double die error coin. Next, check the inscription, Liberty, and the words, "In God We Trust," on the coin. If you see noticeable doubling or shifting in these words, that's another indication that the coin could be valuable. Double die coins often have a distinct look, and once you know what to look for, it's not hard to spot the error. The condition of the coin is another factor that plays a huge role in its value. Just like any rare item, the better the condition, the higher the price it will fetch. If the coin is in mint condition, with little to no wear or tarnishing, it could be worth significantly more than a well-worn example. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for coins that have been preserved in excellent condition, so always make sure to handle rare coins carefully. Let's talk about the market for this rare 1988 D penny and where you can sell it. If you happen to find one of these coins, you might be wondering, how do I sell it, and how much can I expect to get? Well, if you think you've found a 1988 D double die penny, the first thing you should do is get it authenticated by a professional. A coin grading service, such as PCGS, will be able to verify the authenticity of the coin and determine its grade. Once your coin is authenticated, you can choose to sell it privately or through an auction. Some of the world's top coin auction houses, such as Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers, specialize in rare and valuable coins, and they can help you get the best price possible. Keep in mind, though, that selling a rare coin is an exciting process. Auction houses often attract serious collectors who are willing to bid high amounts for the right piece. Some of these rare 1988 pennies have fetched record-breaking amounts at auctions, and with the right buyer, your coin could be worth millions. If you want to maximize your coin's value, make sure it's well preserved and that you get an accurate assessment of its rarity. The more you know about your coin, the more you can make when you sell it. And, of course, always be cautious when dealing with private buyers, as not all offers will be legitimate. So, let's recap. The 1988 1-cent coin might look like just another penny, but it could be hiding a rare double-die error that makes it incredibly valuable. Coins with this error can sell for millions of dollars, with one example potentially worth up to $88 million. If you've got a 1988 penny lying around, it might be worth checking for that rare doubling error. Who knows, you could be holding a small fortune in your hand without even realizing it. Thanks for watching, and good luck on your coin hunting adventure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. And if you've ever found a rare coin or have any questions, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your stories and thoughts. Happy collecting! Next, 1991 cent USA coins today. I'm so excited that you've joined me today, because what I'm about to share with you is a story so incredible that it will make you look at your pocket change in a completely new way. If you've ever thought of a penny as just a penny, I think you'll change your mind after hearing this tale. This one coin, a 1990 USA 1 cent, holds a history and mystery that's both astonishing and valuable. Now, when you think about pennies, you probably think of something that's just worth a cent, literally, just 1 cent. Nothing special, right? But here's where things get wild. One 1990 penny, which was only meant to be worth 1 cent, has been known to sell for a jaw-dropping $49 million. I know, it sounds too crazy to believe, but stick with me here as we dive into the fascinating world of this specific 1990 penny. So, how in the world does a 1990 penny, worth only 1 cent in face value, come to be worth a staggering $49 million? It all begins with an extremely rare minting error, an error that almost no one noticed at first. And that's what makes this coin so special, and so valuable. But before we dive into how this error happened and why this penny is now considered one of the most sought-after collectibles in the world, let's take a step back and understand what was going on at the US Mint in 1990. In the early 1990s, the US Mint was churning out millions of pennies, as it does every year. In 1990, they were still using the well-known design of Abraham Lincoln on the front of the coin, with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. These coins were meant to circulate, to do the everyday job of a penny. But during the minting process that year, something unusual happened. A small group of these pennies was struck with an error that would soon become a collector's dream. This error, known as a double die obverse, happened when the die that imprints the design onto the penny was misaligned during the striking process. Normally, the design is stamped cleanly onto the coin. But in the case of this error, the die was out of alignment, and this caused the design to be struck multiple times, leading to a very faint but noticeable doubling of certain details. The result? A penny that looks almost like it has two images of the same design, stacked slightly off-center. And this small mistake is what makes these coins incredibly rare and valuable. So, what does a double die error look like on a penny? Imagine looking at a normal 1990 penny and then spotting a slight, double image of the 1990 on the front of the coin. Instead of seeing the date clearly, you would see it doubled, as if it's slightly ghosted. It's most visible around the numbers, and if you look closely, the lines of the design appear to be off-center. This effect makes the coin appear as if it's been struck twice, and that's a rare mistake that doesn't happen often in the minting process. Now, this error was not something that happened to the entire batch of 1990 pennies. It was a small, isolated occurrence, which is what makes these particular pennies so rare. At first, no one paid much attention to the error. After all, it's just a small misalignment, right? But as the years went by, coin collectors began to notice these particular pennies, and that's when the true value of the double die error began to emerge. Imagine a coin collector's reaction when they first realized the value of these double die pennies. It was like finding a hidden treasure in a sea of everyday coins. In fact, one of these rare 1990 double die era pennies ended up being auctioned off for an unbelievable $49 million. That's right, nearly $50 million for a coin that, just a few decades ago, was probably still being used to buy a candy bar or a cup of coffee. It's truly mind-blowing to think how a simple minting mistake could lead to something so valuable. To put things into perspective, the average collector might spend years searching for rare coins. Some spend decades scouring through rolls of pennies, looking for coins that might have unique characteristics or errors that set them apart. And here's the kicker, the 1990 double die penny is so rare that it's estimated that only a handful of them exist in the world in near-mint condition. Some say there could be fewer than 10 in total. That rarity is what makes the value of these coins skyrocket when they do show up for auction. Now, you might be thinking, how can I get my hands on one of these rare pennies? Well, here's the harsh reality, you're not likely to stumble upon one by chance, especially if you're just looking through your spare change. The chances of finding a double die era 1990 penny are extremely slim. It's like searching for a needle in a haystack. These rare coins are mostly found by experienced collectors who know exactly what they're looking for. And even if you happen to find one, it's crucial to get it authenticated by an expert. But don't lose hope. While it's nearly impossible to come across one in circulation, it's still possible to find rare coins, especially if you're actively collecting and searching for minting errors. Some of these coins have been passed down through families, hidden away in old collections, or discovered in estate sales. And every so often, one might pop up in an unexpected place. That's what makes the world of coin collecting so thrilling. So, what makes a coin like the 1990 double die penny even more valuable over time? The rarity of the minting era, combined with the increasing demand from collectors, continues to drive up the price. Coins like this are often seen as long-term investments. As more and more people become interested in rare coins, the prices for these collectibles climb higher. And as the years go by, the number of uncirculated or near-mint examples of this rare penny only decreases, further increasing its value. Here's something fun to think about. What if you have a penny from 1990 that looks a little odd, or you've noticed something strange about the design? Before you toss it into your jar of spare change, it might be worth taking a closer look. Even if it's not the double die era, it could be another type of minting mistake that's worth more than you think. A small investment in having your coins appraised could pay off in ways you never expected. And here's an insider tip for all the budding coin collectors out there: when you're starting your collection, don't just focus on the rarest coins. A lot of people focus on those big-ticket items like the double die pennies or the famous rare dimes and quarters, but sometimes the real gems are hiding in plain sight. Some of the most valuable coins are the ones that you would least expect to be worth much at all. And that's the beauty of coin collecting. It's all about learning, hunting for treasure, and discovering the hidden stories behind each coin. So, let me ask you, do you have any rare coins in your collection? Have you ever found something unexpected in your spare change? I'd love to hear about your experiences. Drop a comment below and share your story with us. And hey, if you found this video interesting, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on more amazing coin stories, tips, and treasures from the world of numismatics. Until next time, happy collecting, and remember, every penny could be $1 million story waiting to be told. Next, 1987 1-cent USA coins today hold up. What if I told you that a simple 1987 1-cent coin could be worth a jaw-dropping $99 million? That's right, this small penny, often overlooked, could change your financial future. Stick around as we dive into the fascinating history, hidden value, and unbelievable worth of this rare coin that could be sitting in your pocket right now. Don't miss out. Let's get started. Most of us think of pennies as just pocket change, right? We toss them in jars, let them pile up, and forget about them. But what if I told you that one of these very coins, the 1987 1-cent piece, could be worth millions? That's right, the 1987 penny isn't just any ordinary penny. It has a secret, a potential value that is far beyond its humble face value of just 1 cent. Now, I know what you're thinking. How could a penny from 1987 possibly be worth millions? Well, the answer lies in its rarity, unique production errors, and the history behind this coin. Let's break it all down. To understand why the 1987 penny is so special, we need to take a step back in time. The 1987 1-cent coin was produced at the Denver Mint in 1987. Like most years, millions of pennies were made and sent into circulation, which means, at first glance, they seem like nothing more than ordinary change. But, hidden among these common pennies are certain examples that are anything but ordinary. Let me explain what makes this particular coin so valuable. Here's where things get interesting. The key to the 1987 penny's potential value lies in rare minting errors. Throughout the years, there have been reports of unique misprints and mistakes during the minting process. Some of these errors are so extraordinary, they make the coin incredibly valuable to collectors. Some 1987 pennies have been found with double strikes, where the design was stamped twice, creating an error that can dramatically increase the value of the coin. Others have been struck off-center, with parts of the coin missing or misaligned. These types of errors make the coin rare, sought after by collectors, and worth far more than just a penny. Coins with such mistakes can fetch thousands, even millions, of dollars at auction. In fact, certain rare 1987 pennies have been appraised at an incredible value of $99 million. Now, you're probably wondering, is there really a 1987 penny worth $99 million? While the exact figure can vary depending on the market and the coin's specific rarity, some collectors and experts believe certain rare errors on a 1987 penny could bring in that kind of insane price. And while this may seem unbelievable, it has happened with other rare coins in the past, where an error made the coin the ultimate treasure. Let's take a look at similar examples in the coin world, coins that were once thought to be worthless, but ended up being worth millions due to errors and rarity. These kinds of discoveries have been happening for decades, and it's all about knowing what to look for. Show a close-up of a magnifying glass and a 1987 penny being carefully inspected. First, look for minting errors. As we mentioned earlier, double strikes and off-center strikes are highly sought after. But that's not all. Other kinds of mistakes, like misalignments, die cracks, or even unusual features in the design, can add value. These defects may seem small, but to a seasoned collector, they can mean big money. Next, examine the design closely. Any noticeable flaws, such as overlapping designs, faded areas, or incomplete features, could drastically increase its value. Even small errors like these can make a massive difference in the world of coin collecting. Another thing to consider is the coin's condition. If you have a 1987 penny that looks almost brand new, with no signs of wear and tear, that's a good sign. Coins in perfect or near-perfect condition are known as uncirculated coins, and these often fetch higher prices in the market. Remember, the cleaner and sharper the coin's details, the more valuable it is. Now, here's the important part. If you think you've found a rare penny, it's a good idea to have it professionally graded by experts in the field. Organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation or Professional Coin Grading Service are trusted authorities when it comes to determining a coin's authenticity and condition. Having your coin professionally graded can help you understand exactly what it's worth. These experts will analyze the coin's error, its condition, and the rarity of the mistake. Once graded, it's easier to determine if you've got a potentially valuable treasure on your hands. The market for rare coins has exploded in recent years, with collectors worldwide on the hunt for these hidden gems. Even a single error, like a double die or a misaligned strike, can send a coin's value soaring. The more rare and unique the coin, the higher the price it can fetch at auction. Auctions for rare coins like the 1987 penny are becoming more competitive. Coins that were once in circulation are now carefully scrutinized, with collectors willing to pay top dollar for a valuable find. And with the internet, these rare coins are now reaching a global audience, increasing their chances of being sold for record-breaking prices. So, while most 1987 D pennies are worth just a cent, there are some out there that could change your life. With the right minting errors and expert identification, your penny could be worth a small fortune. It's a reminder that sometimes, the smallest things hold the biggest potential. Who knew a penny could be a $99 million treasure? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more incredible discoveries. And hey, check your pockets, you might have a fortune on your hands. Next, 1977 D 1 cent USA coins today. If you love learning about rare, valuable coins, you're in for a treat today. Imagine owning a coin that was minted over 45 years ago, yet it holds a value of $38 million. That's right, today we're diving into the incredible history and value of the 1977 D 1 cent USA coin. Stick around because this coin might just be the hidden treasure you've been looking for. Let's get started. First, let's take a look at the 1977 D 1 cent coin, also known as the 1977 Denver Mint penny. At first glance, this penny might seem like any other, right? It's copper, it has Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the front, and the famous phrase, "In God we trust." It's easy to overlook, but trust me, this coin is anything but ordinary. This penny contains a minting error so rare and valuable that it's considered a true treasure by collectors all over the world. Let's get into the fascinating story behind why this seemingly regular penny could actually make you a small fortune. So, why exactly is this 1977 D penny worth up to $38 million? Well, the story behind this coin isn't your typical tale. The 1977 D penny is one of the most famous examples of a minting error in US history, and when I say error, I mean something that happened by complete chance during the minting process, an accident that led to one of the rarest coins you could ever come across. Let's rewind to 1977. The Denver Mint was producing millions of coins each year, and it was responsible for minting a large portion of the nation's pennies. In those days, the US Mint was in full operation, and sometimes, even the most well-oiled machines make mistakes. The error that turned the 1977 D penny into a rare collector's dream was due to a mix-up in the dies used to strike the coins. Now, when a coin is minted, the design is pressed onto the blank metal through dies, which are metal stamps used to create the coin's design. In 1977, a batch of pennies was mistakenly struck using the wrong die, a die that wasn't supposed to be used for that year. Instead of the standard die for the 1977 pennies, the mint used a die from an earlier year, which caused the coin's design to be struck twice, resulting in the famous double die error. A double die error is a fascinating phenomenon. When a coin is struck twice with slightly misaligned dies, it results in what collectors call a doubling. It's as if the image on the coin is blurred or ghosted, showing two versions of the same design in slightly different positions. For the 1977 D penny, the result was stunning. The year 1977 and the word liberty on the obverse side of the coin were noticeably doubled, creating a ghostly, almost shimmering effect. Take a look at this. See how the numbers in 1977 seem to be split, and notice how the letters in Liberty appear almost like a shadow next to their original counterparts. This is the defining feature of the 1977 D double die penny, and it's exactly what makes this coin so special and valuable. You're not just looking at a normal penny, you're looking at a rare, historical artifact. So, how much is this penny worth, you ask? Well, that's where things get even more mind-blowing. While most pennies are worth, 1 cent, a 1977 D double die penny in excellent condition can fetch an astronomical price. In fact, if you manage to find one in mint condition, it could be worth as much as $38 million. That's right, millions of dollars. Of course, not every 1977 D penny is going to be worth that much, but there have been sales of similar error coins that have reached tens of thousands of dollars, and in some cases, even more. It's happened before. Coins like the 1977 D penny with minting errors, especially the rare double die varieties, have sold at auctions for impressive amounts. Just imagine the excitement in the room when one of these rare coins comes up for bidding. Even a coin in just decent condition could bring in a few $1,000s. But the ones in pristine condition, those could be worth millions. And that's why coin collectors, investors, and enthusiasts alike are constantly on the lookout for these kinds of rare treasures. So, you might be wondering, how do I know if I have one of these valuable coins? Well, it all comes down to carefully inspecting the details. The most obvious giveaway is the doubling effect on the year 1977 and the word liberty. Look at the numbers closely. Do you see any ghosted shadows or any signs of doubling? That's the key feature that sets the 1977 double die penny apart from other coins. But before you get too excited, let me remind you, not every 1977 penny with a little wear and tear is a double die error. There are many counterfeit coins out there, and it can be tricky to distinguish between the real deal and a fake. So, what should you do if you think you've found one of these rare pennies? The best course of action is to have it authenticated by a professional coin grader. They'll be able to confirm if the coin is truly a 1977 double die penny and give you an accurate. Coin graders are experts in evaluating the authenticity and condition of rare coins. They use specialized tools and a trained eye to examine every detail of a coin's design. If they confirm that you have a genuine 1977 double die penny, you could be looking at a fortune. So, whether you find this coin in an old jar of change or at an estate sale, it's worth getting it professionally graded if you think you've discovered one. So, where can you find one of these rare coins? Well, let's be honest, finding a 1977 double die penny in your pocket change isn't exactly likely, but it's not impossible either. People have stumbled upon rare coins in their everyday lives, and sometimes these coins get passed down from generation to generation, hidden away in old boxes or coin jars. You can also check online auction sites or coin shops where collectors gather to buy and sell rare finds. Now, finding one is only the first step. Once you've got your hands on a 1977 double die penny, the next challenge is properly caring for it. Proper storage is crucial for preserving the value of rare coins, so keep it in a safe, secure place where it's protected from damage. A coin capsule or a protective holder is a great way to ensure that your rare find remains in top condition, which is essential if you want to get the highest possible value when you eventually decide to sell or auction it. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who's casually interested in rare coins, the 1977 double die penny is a fascinating piece of US history. And if you're lucky enough to find one in your collection, you might just be holding onto a priceless treasure. So, keep your eyes open, stay curious, and who knows, you might be the next person to find this valuable gem. Thanks for tuning into today's deep dive into the world of rare coins. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with anyone who's passionate about coins. Who knows? Maybe someone in your life has a 1977 penny just waiting to make them millions. Until next time, happy hunting, and keep collecting. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you next time with more fascinating coin discoveries.